So introducing fusion. So this is the way that Sentinel will read across multiple individual incidents to correlate them into something more serious. So an incident in isolation may not look to be too serious. So as it says on the slide there, it's combining suspicious activities, so yellow alerts, into high fidelity red incidents. So it's looking at various different sources and finding correlation between them. So what might look as a potentially low threat incidents in isolation, Sentinel will look at the wider picture to find correlation between multiple incidents, and it may be that they actually turn into something which is more suspicious and therefore high priority. So if you can go on to the next slide, there's an example there. So this is an example. So the fusion technology has basically looked at two isolated incidents and combined them into something that does look suspicious. So in there you've got Defender ATP data source, and it's basically going into a destination IP address which is known to be on the Tor network, so anonymized network. The IP address detail is in there, so that's an end user device is contacting an IP address on Tor network, and then there's another data source coming in from a Palo Alto firewall, which has detected a file that's been downloaded from that same IP address, and it's a virus alert. It's been detected but not blocked. So we can see from that example there that there's two data sources. One is from Defender ATP, showing that users going to an anonymous IP address, and the other one from a Palo Alto firewall is showing a potential virus coming down from that same IP address. So that's an example of fusion in action, and Sentinel would raise an incident based on examining those two data sources, in isolation. And again, an example of how multi-stage attacks are detected via Sentinel. So it's really about just applying analytics and machine learning from all of these data sources, that Sentinel has access to. So that will be things from Security Graph API and from the specific connectors that you've deployed within your Sentinel environment. So it's going from billions of events from all the different data sources, applying the machine learning to cut out the noise, and at the back end of that you've got a number of suspicious candidates, so in the sort of hundreds. So from left to right you're going from billions of source events down to millions, down to hundreds, and then that will be ratified down into a small number of high fidelity incidents, all using the built-in analytics and machine learning process.